All right, it's the funnest part of any flip, picking out the colors. So first thing we need to do is call the contractor and find out what the heck is going on. So we are at the very beginning stages of starting on this flip. I just bought this house in West Seattle. I let the owners rent back for a little bit to give them time to move, and so she's moving out this Saturday. Today is Tuesday, so it is time and a half to start planning with the contractor, decide what's gonna go where, how much it's gonna cost, and then I am going to go pick out all the flooring, the tiles, the cabinets, everything, so that he can go pick it up and start getting it into the house and doing his thing. So let's call.
Hey, Jerabek Construction. How can I help you?
Perfect. I was looking for a Buzzy.
Oh, I got two Buzzies here.
Two Buzzies? Oh no.
I got Captain Buzzy and Mini Buzzy.
Oh.
So we need a vanity and a toilet.
Yep.
Okay, and that's it, and then the floor. And then just clean up the existing shower enclosure.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do something else, I would just clean it up and call it good.
That works with me.
So we got the two bathrooms, the kitchen. The kitchen you'll pay for the cabinets, so you know what I mean.
Yep.
And then we'll either have them deliver or I'll go pick them up.
Okay.
You know, in part of my day because it's right down the street actually.
We want to get those ordered as soon as possible.
Yep, we sure do. So what we'll do as soon as everything's out of the house and I can get in there while I'm putting the splits in, I'll go ahead and we'll pull measurements of the kitchen.
Perfect.
Where it's going to be, everything's going to be at, and we're stuck with it after we order it. You know that.
Yep.
And we don't want to change anything.
Nope.
Because it frustrates me.
It frustrates me too, Buzzy. Don't even worry.
So yeah, that's what I would do, and we should actually pull. What's the square footage of the house?
It's like 1,400.
Okay, so you want to get like 1,450 worth of material.
Okay.
And then what we don't use, you can take back.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and I just I'll make sure everything's waterproof.
Yep, LVP.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, I'll go pick it out.
And I think the place can be done easily in a month and a half.
I hope so. 6 weeks would be great.
All right, so anyways, we'll go from there.
Perfect. Alrighty. I'll talk to you soon,
cool.
Buzzy.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
So this flip is fairly simple. It's literally just floors, doors, trim, new kitchen, new bathrooms. Even the bathrooms, we're gonna leave like the existing tubs, and we're just gonna replace the floors and the vanities and the toilet. So there's nothing too major on this. Contractor said it could get done in 6 weeks, which is perfect. I probably couldn't wait a day longer because my mortgage payment on this house is $4,300, and I need to get moved in and start B&Bing those rooms. So let's sit down to Floor Decor and go pick out some stuff. So what is the process of flipping a house? Well, and let me make it abundantly clear that I am not flipping this house to then resell it for a profit. I'm flipping this house because I'm going to keep it for the long term. But of course, whether you're gonna flip the house or just keep it, the rehab process is quite the same. There are actually some differences. Process-wise, they are the same, but you are going to typically be picking very different materials if you're doing a flip versus a keep. When you're flipping a house, you want to make it really nice, high-end finishes, go expensive, go splurgy so that you can get a lot of money for the house. But if you're going to keep it as a rental, you want stuff that lasts. So you're going to go for durable stuff. Maybe it's on the cheaper end in case it needs to be replaced. Things like that. A good example would be your floors. You might go engineered hardwood or hardwood in a flip with tiled bathrooms and nice landings and things like that, but on a rental, like what I'm gonna do in my house, I'm just gonna go luxury vinyl plank throughout the whole house because it's cheap, it's durable, it's waterproof, and it'll last a long time. And then when you think about finishes, which are like your door handles, your cabinet handles, your faucets, things like that, you're gonna want to go for high quality, shiny, looks really pretty, complements in the design for your flip, but on the rental really doesn't quite matter as much because you're just keeping it, and again, you want it to last forever. So the process of a flip is fairly simple enough. Once you have identified the property that you're going to buy, or if you already have bought it, you want to find a great contractor. That's like number one. I think that's what makes or breaks people's flips is the quality of your contractor. And they say there are 3 things about a contractor and you only ever get 2. The 3 things are quality, timeliness, and price. So you either get good quality and done on time, or you get done on time and good pricing, or you get good pricing and good quality, but then it's not done on time, right? On the last flip I did, my contractor had good quality and pricing, but he was not good on time. And really that was okay with me because I had run into other issues where I needed to get things permitted with the city and do some water lines where the timing really wasn't important on that one. So I kind of won with my contractor on that one. But if I was on a time crunch and I really had to get this flip done because my holding costs are so high, then I might choose time and pricing over quality, right? And your typical landlord is probably going to pick time and pricing also. Your flipper is really going to prioritize quality and probably time. Pricing, they can make some room on the deal to get that good, but just kind of depends on how you run your business. So finding contractors, the best way is through referral. People you know, people in your network who have used them, who can vouch for them, who can tell you exactly how they work and what you should watch out for if needed. Otherwise, you know, get on your Facebook groups, see who's out there. If you are totally unfamiliar with a contractor, always visit a job site before hiring them. Make sure that they're licensed, bonded, and insured so that if you have an issue, you can get that sorted legally. So you pick your contractor, and then the next thing, it's really important to have expectations between the two of you on what the pay schedule is, what the expectation is for timeline, exactly what you want done in the house, who's gonna pick what, where does the contractor get to use their discretion, like if there's something wrong with the house, then they bring it to your attention, things like that. Another great quality in a contractor is communication. So they're regularly updating you with what's going on with your house. They're sending you pictures of the job site in progress, letting you know if they see anything that might be a concern, etc. And really, the only way you get good at flipping is by doing it a lot. You're going to make a ton of mistakes if you are new to flipping. That's just totally natural because there are so many factors that go into flipping, and that's why I don't flip houses for a profession. I don't buy, fix up, and sell houses to make money. I simply wholesale the projects to flippers. I flip houses as an investment. So if I'm gonna put in the stress, the time, the headache of flipping a house, it's gonna be to keep it. Because I'm keeping it for long term, it's doubling in value every 10 years in Seattle, it's paying me rental income. That is a worthy spend of energy. And that's really what I recommend for young people. If you want to start investing into real estate, just forget about flipping, forget about HGTV. It is not sexy, it's not great. Focus on finding the deals and just sell them to flippers. You can make huge fees. I have made more than the flippers have made on my wholesale deals. Like, I sold it to them for like 50 grand and they only made 30 grand on the flip at the end of the day. And that's, you know, how the cookie crumbles. But that's just to say that you can make great money wholesaling and you don't have to worry about flipping. That is my message for today. Other top tips on rehabbing houses, is how I would rather say it, is again, if your contractor isn't communicating with you, they're probably not on the job. And if your contractor has too many jobs going on and you're not a priority, then your job is going to take longer because they are likely just moving all their guys around between projects, trying to finish that one, trying to make progress on that one, trying to do something on that one, and you're not the priority. Like on this house that I'm about to start working on, well, the previous owners are still living there. After I closed on it, I went ahead and tried a new contractor on the exterior paint of my house, and they really did a very poor job. They were very slow, and I purposely put them on the exterior paint job while the owners were living there because that was the perfect time to try them out when I wasn't in a rush to get the job done because the owners are still living there. They were going to be there for like another month. And you guys, that's exactly how long this contractor took to finish my paint job. They took a whole month on the exterior paint job of my house, and their excuse was that they needed more than half the payment up front when I agreed only to give them half up front. Because after I did that, they asked for more money, and when I didn't give it to them, they slowed down the job. And even though it was pretty likely that if I gave them money, they would have finished quicker, it's just not worth the risk for me to give them more than half up front. You should never pay a contractor more than half up front. Half is plenty to get a job started. And so when the previous owner was like, hey Vayna, you know, the painters were here yesterday, but they're not here today, and the house is only half done. And then a week later again, hey Vayna, the painters still haven't come back. I wasn't surprised one bit, and I was prepared for it because number one, I literally gave them a month to complete it when this job really should have taken 3 days. And number two, they were someone I haven't worked with before. You should always expect the worst, honestly, and be prepared for it. This is why having reserves on your time and your money is important. I even set aside money in case I had to hire a different contractor to redo the exterior paint job. And then the quality didn't even come out great. So I didn't get too hurt on this, but it does suck that I might have to hire someone else to come fix their mistakes. But again, that's how the cookie crumbles, and those are just the pitfalls of flipping real estate. And if you know me, you know that I can go flip a piece of paper for 40 grand in 3 weeks, and I don't have to lift a single hammer or talk to a single contractor. And that's the power of wholesaling. Okay, so this is what we're working with. I used Interior Design for iPad app. So I went in, I already took measurements of the entire house, all the rooms, the bathrooms, the hallway, living, kitchen, and there's this little foyer at the front. And this little app is very cool because you can go in here and place furniture down, you can move walls, you can, you know, it's an interior design app. So here is the vision for this house. It's the same layout, we're not moving anything. So this is what it looks like. It's a fairly straightforward house. That's why I really like it. It's not a funky layout. It's very normal. We've got the 1, 2, 3 bedrooms plus 2 bathrooms, which are next to each other, which is like really nice for just ease of plumbing and electrical and things like that. Even the laundry room's right here, and then the kitchen. So all our plumbing situation is all in this little corner of the house, which is nice for moving things. This is kind of my vision thus far. The big things that are getting improved are the kitchen, and then barely even the bathrooms. And so I want to come in here and just give it really nice fresh floors. A nice bright light brown color is what I would like to go for. See if they've got it. Right here in this open space, we'll separate the kitchen from the living with this nice island with casual dining. This window we actually are removed, so we'll take that out. And then we can probably just put another cabinet right there. We'll probably go with upper cabinets here. I just have a floating shelf there right now because I like how floating shelves are more open, make the whole space bigger. But honestly, I think once I see the house without a bunch of furniture in it and possibly demoed is when I'll know exactly what I want in there. We'll have dining right here. And then, yeah, so fridge is gonna go back there. Stove on the island. I'm not always a fan of stove or sink in the island. Might put it right here on this wall, but to be honest, for some reason, it's just kind of speaking to me when I made this. But yeah, I think realistically we'll have the stove there. There's a rule for kitchens called the triangle rule, where you want your storage, workspace, and water, I believe, to all be within a triangle. Really should be fridge, sink, counter, and stove here. That would be our triangle. Yeah, I didn't put a sink in here, actually, I realize now. I think fridge is definitely gonna go right here. It'll probably be sink here or sink here and then stove. I just kind of like, honestly, how this looks to have the range over the island for some reason. But yeah, realistically we'll probably put the range here and the sink on the island probably. I don't like sink on the island because dishes, but you know, this is going to be kept fairly clean, so that shouldn't be too much of a worry. The living room is very spacious. This is definitely not end all be all on where the furniture is gonna go. I think I'll have enough room in the living room, honestly, to like move the couches to this front half and then have some kind of amenity back here, like pool tables and games, something like that. I think could fit. Poker table. All we need to look for today are floors and backsplash on kitchen, and possibly we could peruse the aisles and see what they've got for some bathroom backsplash or even tile. Probably just go over what I would do for tile, because on this one, you know, being a rental, I'm definitely just gonna go all LVP throughout. So that's the plan, kind of my little drawing and vision for the house. Let's go. So this is the tile aisle. I don't have much business being here right now. Pretty crazy that they make tile look like wood. I do like this color a lot, so if I can find this color in LVP, that's all I really need. But tile is nice because it's very durable, it's very waterproof, it lasts a long time, but it is expensive. This is interesting. This is a little too woody looking for me. I don't know, it actually has some character. I'll take a picture, but probably not what I want. This is a nice light brown. It's giving 2000s. This one's a little dark. I'll probably want something lighter than that. This is nice. I actually prefer wider planks. I think they look a little more luxe. So what I'll probably do is, with these photos now, I'll go in the house and be like, oh, which one looks cute in here? Oh, that is pretty. I don't like blue though. Not a big blue girly. Alright, tile section. Oh, they have vanities too. They have a lot of options actually. I like this. This is very minimal modern. Very classic. This chevron design and then the subway tile design, kind of like this one, are very popular. These hexagons too are popular. Flippers use these all the time. What do you guys think? Do you like those designs? Oh, look at that. It's like, oh, that's pretty. It's very goldish. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the subway tile. I think it's very classic. I do like it. I would use it. I just know a lot of people are not into it. I love these huge tiles. I go crazy for those. They look so nice when they're installed. These hexagons are nice, very classic. The fun thing about tile is you can choose the color of the grout that goes in between. So like you could have black grout to create contrast with white tiles, or you could just do white to have one uniform look like this. Or if you have like blue tiles, you could get blue grout, things like that. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I think we'll go in this direction. Yeah, I think I've made my decision. I'll pick one of those brown floors and then probably that minimal tile. Probably even the white hexagons I like a lot. I don't like to go too fancy on backsplash because I just like to keep it simple. Like all of these, I'm good. I like to keep it simple and timeless is my style. Because you always have to think too in the back of your mind, what if I sell this house? It's gotta be sellable. It shouldn't just be what you like. I mean, in the perfect world, your dream house is gonna be your dream house, but for an investment, definitely just pick something standard, because if you gotta sell it, then it should be something that the average buyer will be okay with or enjoy. This one actually was growing on me though. For a tiny detail in a bathroom, I could get behind this one. This marble one might be appropriate if it matches my countertop. Or this one, honestly. This is a good standard. I like this because it's a little more interesting than regular white subway tile, but it's still modern. This mermaidy one could be fun. Scallops. Yeah, especially in my house, remember, it's like nothing crazy. So there's no reason to put a ton of thought into this. Literally, like, I could have just given the contractor creative freedom of go pick whatever you want, but I want to show you guys how we do this. So for the sake of the video, I picked up my own colors today. But I mean, if you're like a realtor or if you have been inside a bunch of flip houses, for the most part, they're like all the same, right? Because there's really like a set standard of what looks good in flips. So for that reason, you will see the same shit a lot of the time. Now, when you go buy and design your dream house, then you can go crazy with all of these. But other than that, just keep it simple. Don't stress it. It's tough for me sometimes because I am pretty creative and I like to mix things around and sample this and that. But if you're not a creative or you don't like to spend time on things like design, then this is all great news, right? You can just grab a bunch of these and your job is done. And then vanities wise, I'm just gonna pick a white vanity. Simple. Done. Actually, these are cute. I like this one a lot. This one is a little extra for me. Not really a gold hardware girly because usually you can't get gold hardware throughout the entire house and then it just doesn't look good to mix your metals in a house. Can't get behind that. But yeah, I'm gonna go test the floor colors in the house and then we're good to go. So that's it. That's how we do it. Pretty chill little trip to the store. Stay tuned to see which ones actually go with to put in the house and how it looks inside. And yeah, keep following the vlog for more real estate content.